A second assassination plot. Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Carter, and this is ENN Now.
And I'm JJ Sten. The FBI is investigating the apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump this weekend. According to the Associated Press, Secret Service agents shot at the man when they saw him pointing a rifle through a fence on Trump's Florida golf course. Law enforcement officials arrested 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Roos. He was from North Carolina, but most recently lived in Hawaii, the AP reported. It's unclear what led him to point a scoped rifle along the Florida golf course where Trump was playing. The assassination plot happened 2 months after Trump was injured in an attempted assassination in Pennsylvania.
A state grand jury is looking into whether State Superintendent Ryan Walters misused pandemic relief funds, the Oklahoman reported. The grand jury last week heard a testimony on Walters and alleged issues with the governor's emergency education relief, also known as GEER. The grand jury issued no indictments, but they are returning to work next month.
Governor Kevin Stitt called for schools be cell phone free. Governor Stitt says his no cell phone challenge is to address the misuse of cell phones and minimize bullying and distractions. The challenge started September 11th and will run through November 29th. Stitt asked schools to submit ideas on cell phones in schools. Stitt's Secretary of Education and Mental Health will collect and organize the suggestions and possibly craft executive or legislative changes.
The top law enforcement officials in more than 40 states want parents to know social media can be dangerous. Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond is one of those asking Congress to require the U.S. Surgeon General to put a warning on social media sites. This warning would be similar to those on cigarettes and would let people know the mental health effects of too much social media. Drummond is also one of the AGs suing Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, for knowingly harming children with their algorithms.
The Sooners and Pokes blew out their final opponents before conference play. OU hosted Tulane and Norman, and while the game was close near the end, a late surge helped the Sooners get a larger lead and finish the game 34-19. The Pokes visited Tulsa for the Turnpike Classic and similarly blew them out. The game was a complete domination of the in-state rival, with OSU winning 45-10 and Alan Bowman leading the country in passing yards as well as touchdowns over the weekend. The two teams now look ahead to what could be their biggest games of the season. OU will play Tennessee in their first ever SEC conference game along with Josh Heupel's long-awaited return to Norman. The Sooners will be hosting ESPN's College Game Day as well. The Cowboys will face new Big 12 team Utah in their first game against each other as a conference opponent. The game could very well be a preview of the Big 12 championship, with both teams being favored in the top 3 to win the conference. Both OU and OSU's games will be a top 15 matchup between two juggernauts in their respective conferences. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to keep checking our website and social media pages for more news from our team of student journalists.